So sometimes trades are just evolving or showing right in front of you when you open the charts. This is actually a potential good short again. I'm not going to take it because I'm not focused at this moment. I was just opening the charts, but such an aggressive move up is very interesting to short again because I think we have liquidity here and here and here as well. So what was I looking at? So there's this tiny volume imbalance, and it's mostly about the aggressive move up that would suggest that we could take another move down. So what was I looking at? It's a bit of a shame. So let's just first go to the higher time frame. We have a big 15 and 1 hour level here. I have this easy tool, so I have this 1 hour level here, 15-minute level here, and I think we mitigated the 1 hour level. Let's just see if that's the case. No, not even. That's okay. So yeah, and what do we see further? So we have the same gap, because I want to see a couple of things, right, on the high time frame. I want to see at least a 15-minute gap or 1 hour gap, but this is an obvious move. Then I want to see an SMT, and we actually have two SMTs. So there was this high in the, it was not a PM session, I think. No, definitely not a PM session. But we have a change in this, sorry, an SMT here. I can also draw it further, but I'm not going to. Because we have a higher high for NQ and a lower high for ES. So when I zoom in further, I'll just move this one a bit here. You can see that in the Asia session we had Asia high over here, and we had the same for Asia here, but actually Asia high was here, and that's the second SMT. So there's a second SMT. This was actually the bigger the time frame SMT, and then we have a lower time frame SMT, because on NQ it swept this, let's say 2 AM highs, but for ES it did not do it. And what do I see further? So we have a higher time frame level gap, an SMT. We have a sweep of this level, and then I start looking at the lower time frame, and what we see is quite an aggressive move up, causing that sweep. And it's so the change in the state is actually really low. So therefore my first initial target would be here. Apparently we're not going to, at least not yet going to make it. I think overall bias is up. So what we see is we have this 1 minute gap. It gets broken to the downside really, really clearly. This is what you want to see, right? Fast move up, fast move down, and that's the perfect gap to trade the retest. So what you can do then is just on the retest, you can either go for the retest or the mitigation of the gap, and then you trade this level down. So there's a 1.95. I think it looks like we're not going to make it, because I would definitely not let my trade go here. We get 1 tap, 2 taps, and okay, so this is the thing. We have also a balanced price range, and normally if you trade the gap inversion, then you can take like either a soft stop somewhere above the gap. That it dramatically improves your RR. Normally I trade the high, because I tend to take it a bit slower. But in this way you already have a 2R in this first move down, which I think is a great trade. It tapped it once, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, then made this drop. Quick move up, quick move down. And now it's going to, what do we have? So here we have a divergence occurring, because NQ actually closed above, and ES, as was already the whole case in Asia session, is the weaker of the two. That's okay. So the point is now, if I would have traded this way, I would definitely be stopped out, break even for sure. I'm not going to allow this to happen, and maybe re-enter later. So I think this is a potential area for re-entry. These wicks are nasty, right? So they took these wicks. So then it would be interesting to look for another inversion level, and this is another inversion level where you can trade a further move to the downside. And how would that look? So this is your first potential trade. If you would leave it here, you could take a partial 1.5, because if you get this move, retest, fast move, then there's a potential that it could stall here. But how to trade a potential move here, I'm going to see if I can do that, is to wait for the close below this 1 minute gap and put a stop above this gap, and maybe place it above a sensible high. This is not really good RR in my opinion, so you would want to keep it as close as possible and then trade to this lower end. I think that's pretty high probability, but as I see it here, as long as ES is holding below and NQ is chopping around this level, it's not an interesting trade. So you want to see a solid breakdown on at least NQ, because NQ is the stronger of the two. So I would definitely just mark out both levels and just wait patiently, because then I go back to the 5 minutes. There is a lot of generated liquidity here. So we do have a level here, and there is an H1 level. This is why I love this indicator. It helps me to immediately identify key levels. This is still the H1 level. How strong is it? Okay, it got pierced through, but okay, that's okay. And this, of course, H level is really, really strong. If we break it to the upside, then it's just a matter of time before we move further. But for now, I would just wait patiently. Also, I take into account that if price starts chopping in the gap, because that's actually how I took a loss yesterday, if it starts chopping, then the level becomes weak. So I already don't like how the price action is evolving here, because this is what you don't want to see within a gap. This is what you want to see. Quick move up, causing or at least creating the gap, quick move down. That's confirming that the gap is still efficient and inefficient and will react as a strong level. So as I see it here, now I look at what price action has been doing. Just before 3 o'clock we got this manipulation, we got a move down. Price was not able to go below this low just before London opened. So probably it means that we had a move down here. It was not strong enough. It's going to consolidate here and just move up. I think that's what we can expect, which is also just in line with the bigger time frame. Because if we look at the bigger time frame, it's just bullish, man. Look at this. And the only thing I'm looking at is this weekly level. So there's this weekly level. I will show. We're now in a weekly level. It was tested once. So these highs are the most sensible ones to take right now, which is currently 2% away, which with current price action is not too much. But we also have a monthly gap. And this monthly gap is quite big. And I think we already mitigated it. Yes, we did. But there's no reason, if you look at the sweep, why we should not fill it and wick it and maybe just close below. The week has had an interesting profile. So we opened, we dropped, and now we're moving up, and now it can drop again and close like more or less like this. So what you would get is more or less a candle like this one. Move to the downside, to the upside, and then close a little bit higher. Okay, that's it. Okay, so we're here just a few minutes later. And what you see that even though there was a lot of interaction with this level, it just dropped immediately to this low, ranged a little bit, and now it's starting to move higher. So once this level breaks, you could have shorted it, but I always do the retest one. And what you can see for ES is that it did a perfect retest on the lower side. See 68875, and you can also see the high here to be 688. 25. It was 25, the low. So that was a perfect retest, and then in theory, but this is all theory, you can look, you have a nice level here, short it to this lower wick for 1.3 or lower for 1.6. And for NQ there was no entry, so that's unfortunate, but it is what it is.